It's unlike any game you've seen before, unless you've watched the Harry Potter films or have read the books. The sport of Quidditch was adapted from J.K. Rowling's popular book series to real life, where volleyballs are called quaffles, dodgeballs are known as bludgers, and the snitch is a person with a tennis ball tucked into a sock behind their back. Although the game has no magical properties, players and spectators both agree there's an unusual draw to the sport.
People say it's a magical sport, and I honestly agree with that, as silly as it sounds. It has the kind of community that you don't see in a lot of other sports that have been around for years.
But the friendships you build with people on the team, getting to know them, they really become your family, like home away from home.
The atmosphere and the community about it. This is a young sport, so people are really good about being sportsmanlike. And so it's a lot of fun to be around.
What I like to put it is, you can't be a real dick if you're just running around with a broom between your legs.
Probably the most offsetting thing about Quidditch is the broomstick element of the game, where players must have a stick between their legs at all times. If a player dismounts or cannot keep the broom between their legs, they have to run back and touch their hoops to remount. Positions in Quidditch are told apart by colored headbands that players wear. Chasers wear white, keepers wear green, beaters wear black, and seekers wear yellow.
Being a chaser is primarily an offensive role. It's for scoring, it's for just getting points up for the game.
Keeper, which is goalie, essentially. You've got your beaters, which are kind of like blockers. They're going to keep your chasers from scoring points. And then you've got the snitch, which, snitch and seekers, they kind of don't really mix with any of that.
A player on each team are the seekers, and their goal is to catch the snitch, which is this tennis ball kind of tucked into a sock, and it's protected by what's referred to as the snitch runner. And what that is a person who wears gold or yellow. They tuck the tennis ball and sock into their pants, and the seekers try to catch that, kind of capture the flag style, or like flag football. And when they do, that catch is worth 30 points, and it ends the game.
Snitch runners are a neutral party in the game and are allowed to use certain tactics to keep the snitch from being caught, such as tackling to the ground, pulling brooms from beneath seekers, and running around the pitch to avoid contact. There are no team timeouts in Quidditch, and substitutions are made while the game is still being played, although the head ref can stop play at any time if they deem it necessary. There are multiple refs on the pitch at any given time: a head ref, 2 beater refs, 2 goal refs, and a snitch ref, who only oversees the snitch aspect of the game. Penalties are assessed with a yellow card or a red card, and force the offending player to wait in the penalty box. Since the sport is still new, rules are being changed and amended on a yearly basis.
Just seeing a new sport develop, there's so many new aspects. We kind of take the sports that we have in America for granted, like the NBA, it's there, but we don't actually get to see the development of it. How do we tweak the rules so that gameplay is more free-flowing and enjoyable to watch?
I've seen the rules change. I've seen the equipment change.
I mean, sometimes it can, if the refs aren't very good, games can be swayed different directions if certain rules are called and certain rules aren't called.
Many of the rules directly impact the physical aspect of the game because of the full contact nature of the sport.
It's very aggressive, very forward-thinking.
They tackle me pretty hard to the ground. It's not the best feeling.
And it's really fast-paced and high contact.
People get hurt in this game, and I like that as part of the sport, but it still has some growing to do.
Injuries occur in almost every game, but are not often serious. Players try to practice safe tackling techniques to avoid any accidents. To a new spectator, Quidditch may seem like a big jumbled mess, but there's a method to all the madness.
The games within the game, the beater game is really fun to watch, the snitch game is really fun to watch, and the chaser game all combined together makes it really strategic and a game that's really fast-paced and you have to make quick decisions all the time.
There's a lot of things happening all the time, and the upper hand is shifted from one team to another very quickly and very easily. So many moving parts. It's basically controlled chaos.
I just say it's a mixture of a bunch of sports.
Dodgeball, flag football,
rugby, soccer, everything, a lot of the sports.
However, with a sport such as Quidditch, there are a few misconceptions about the game and the community.
You know, people think it's just a bunch of nerds running around on these little brooms and throwing like a little ball through a hoop, but it's so much more than that. I mean, these are like athletically gifted people, like guys that could be playing like Division I football out here.
Be careful. It's not just, you know, to use some other people's words, a bunch of nerds running around.
It kind of gets a bad rep sometimes because everybody pictures, you know, Harry Potter nerd riding on a broomstick.
It is a legitimate sport. It is not that dorky little thing from Harry Potter. It is, these are athletes out here. Nerdy athletes in some cases, but still athletes.
Quidditch finds a way to draw people in and keep them there. Whether they're new to the sport or have played for years, everyone has their own reasons why they enjoy it.
It is legit. It's the only co-ed contact sport that exists, at least in America.
Basically just some of my friends in my dorms said, hey, we're starting a Quidditch team. And I said, that sounds weird, but went out to play. And playing ever since.
It's a lot of fun and it's different than any other sport that's out there right now.
Awesome. I don't know, fun.
It's played in more countries than baseball is currently, which I think is ridiculous.
My teammates are more like family to me than they are teammates.
These people have like this sort of mentality. They never give up and they always do their best, and it's really just the best sort of people you ever want to be around.